Hey.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Oh, it's great.
Were you trying to get in touch with me?
No,
You weren't. You just thought I'd show up and didn't kind of forget that I was doing this?
no. I mean, it's not like we scheduled this a week and a half ago, and I'm like, I don't know if Dan remembers this. Like, this was 8 o'clock last night.
That is
I
a
really felt
prime
like,
me
oh, Dan's
forgetting
gonna remember
time.
that.
You know what I mean?
So no, then I logged on here, and then Paul said he got in touch with you, and I felt like that was going to carry as much weight as me getting in touch with you. So I just waited.
I don't have a cell phone. That's why I was wondering if you reached out to me.
Oh, okay. You should look into purchasing one. I really feel like it's the way of
I
the
have
future.
purchased a cell phone. I'm getting the newest cell phone.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that? You're getting the 14 Max Pro?
That's if that's
What do you,
what the newest. I just said I want your newest cell phone.
okay.
And then
Are
she
you
started
Apple or are you Android?
and then she started asking me like, do you want this bonus feature, this bonus feature? And I'm like, whatever will result in me spending the least amount of money for the newest cell phone. Just yes to everything. Don't ask me any questions.
Nice.
I haven't been fleeced in my life to the best of my knowledge, but I'm prime person to be duped.
I really think you've been fleeced.
I mean, it's not fleecing if you're not looking to get a good deal. Yeah. Like
Those are always the people who get fleeced.
My goal, like when I purchase a car, is to spend the least amount of time purchasing a car possible. So I've bought literally the last 3 cars I've looked at. I've never looked at more than one car, really.
Okay. So you consider it not being fleeced because you didn't spend any time on it, and that was worth whatever extra money you spent.
Yes, I've allotted my happiness at tens of thousands of dollars an hour.
Mm. I think that's one of the biggest differences between you and I. I put almost no value on my happiness.
I truthfully don't value my happiness at all. I used to have an equation for the train versus the bus to New York, because the train is lovely, but it's a ripoff. And the bus is perfectly cheap, but you never want to kill yourself more.
No.
So I figured it was time, which is 4 hours, times the value of your own happiness, which I put at about $17.50 an hour.
Perfect. What's the longest bus ride you've done?
Oh, I made it all the way to DC. This was over 2 days.
Yeah. I did Rhode Island to Montana.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is that
5 days on the bus.
You stop in Chicago or something?
Oh, you stop in more than Chicago, my friend.
But is it like, did you purchase on Greyhound? Like, I'm leaving Rhode Island and I'm getting to Montana, or do you have to buy like Rhode Island to Chicago, Chicago to Montana?
No, I did actually Montana to Rhode Island. I apologize. And you basically just buy the ticket and they piece it all together for you. So this was like 1998, and Greyhound was running. You could go anywhere in the country for $39. And I was doing a tour out of Montana, and I fucked up my airline ticket that I thought was open-ended to go back whenever I needed. And when I was going to go back home for Christmas, it had expired. And so then I needed to decide how much seeing my family was worth, and it was only $39. So I took
it must have been pretty going through Montana on a bus.
But I was already in Montana. You got to understand, like I was already driving through Montana all the time in better conditions.
So it was only bad.
Being in Montana, it was all terrible. I will sell a kidney before I do that again.
I loved driving around Montana.
Gorgeous.
It was so nice.
Gorgeous.
Except for Billings, which is not nice.
Now, Billings, Bozeman a little bit is a little run down, but once you're out of those two cities, it's really beautiful.
Places like that shouldn't even try to have cities.
I don't think they were trying. I think that those were cities that just sort of popped up by happenstance. Like there was a mine and then people just needed shit around the mine.
Yeah, but the mine done closed.
Yeah.
So scattered.
No, there's still mines.
In Montana?
Yeah, I think so. They haven't run out of everything.
All I know is the surrounding areas were beautiful. And the
Gorgeous.
city itself, yeah, it did seem like a big
Gorgeous.
mine.
But yeah, 5 days on a bus, never do it again.
We got a little baseball behind you there.
Yeah. I got, yeah, I don't know. I don't have express written consent to Major League Baseball. I'm watching for Aaron Judge's 61st home run.
Yeah, imagine how big a story that would have been 20 years ago.
I love how they're pretending it still is the record. It's really incredible how we're all pretending Barry Bonds never happened.
Yeah, he was cool though.
He was very cool. He was very cool, and he's the record holder, whether people like it or not.
And
After
Sammy
during the steroid
Sosa,
era,
Sammy Sosa, who's had a kind of Michael Jackson-esque retirement.
well, except for one, hopefully one major difference.
What do you mean?
His romantic life compared to MJ.
Oh, well, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that's been a little weird too.
I can handle weird.
Like nobody bleaches their skin and then's like back home to straight missionary sex with the old lady. No, you stay weird the whole day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're weird in bed. You're weird when you're waking up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like J. Edgar Hoover would be like FBI guy and then cross-dresser at night.
I'm kind of glad that information came out and we were still allowed to make jokes about it.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I don't feel like it's as acceptable to make fun of J. Edgar cross-dressing now as it was when we found out in like the late 90s. And then it was a bit for everybody. And now it's like, all right, well, he's a terrible person, but I support that part of his life.
It all really depends on the circle you're in. There's still plenty of making fun of J. Edgar Hoover, I'm sure, at the FBI under certain,
Yeah, I'm sure when you're at the range, it comes up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure most private golf courses, there's a J. Edgar reference thrown out there from time to time. Now,
Once in a while.
I don't see too many J. Edgar Hoover jokes at JP Licks.
No.
Or wherever the hell, you'd be in JP or Somerville or wherever the hell. Maybe Somerville. Somerville, maybe. Sligo, yes. Yeah. The rest of Somerville, no.
If you're in a certain VFW hall, it's going to come up.
Yes. Yeah. It's especially with like the podcasts and shit like now. Mm-hmm. Like I went to go see Shane Gillis, who's funny, but then his crowd, I mean, you could say whatever the fuck you wanted. It was like 1973. You know what I mean?
Has his crowd changed since the SNL controversy? Like, I feel like he's gotten a bigger following, but it's all like people who are anti-snowflake right-wing group.
There's some of that going on, I think. Yeah, I would say it almost kind of looked like they thought Slayer was coming. And then they forgot their instruments, so they're like, I will spin a little yarn. But within that framework, he's about as funny as you can be within that.
Okay.
Like he's not he could go up there and just give a hate speech if he wanted, I think. But no, he's actually very funny. Yeah.
Which is
Adam Carolla, I feel this way about too. I still think Adam Carolla says funny things.
Yeah.
He just doesn't.
It's not Jim Brewer who's decided not to be funny at all anymore and is just performing and saying what right-wing crowds want him to say.
Yeah, but we also, then you go back and you think about it. There was a Roman named Livy. He was a historian, and he wrote like a book as an example of like good behavior for the current generation. And, as it turned out, Rome was found by a brother that killed his other brother because his fucking wolf mother didn't like him as much. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh, nobody was ever good. Right. So that's my point of Jim Brewer, is there's a chance he was never funny.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he was great when he pretended to be a goat.
He did a great Pesci.
Yep, he did a good Pesci. Yeah.
Yep, did a great Pesci.
But not as funny as Joe Pesci himself.
No.
Joe Pesci himself, wicked funny.
My Cousin Vinny is still perfect.
Yeah, Joe Pesci, if I could, in the great actor kind of thing, he's shorter lived.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think of who he is. He might be Derrick Rose.
Interesting. I mean, I think in
Or
terms
it's
of
like short
longevity,
prime.
yeah,
Grant
longevity,
Hill.
you're
He's
correct.
Grant Hill.
But Grant Hill, I get what you're saying. I'd kind of love to figure out. He's got sort of a JD Martinez quality in that it
Don't
took
bring up
forever for
baseball.
him
You
to
don't
break.
have you don't have my express consent.
Okay. In basketball, there just aren't a lot of guys like that where you could say, all right, at first it didn't look like he was going to do anything. And then very late in his career, he exploded into being a huge star.
Marcus Camby?
But he was such a touted prospect.
That's fucking Joe Pesci was too. Joe Pesci found the Four Seasons.
Yeah, but that's not acting. That's not being a performer.
It's not nothing.
It's good for him.
Yeah,
but
no,
I mean,
but he was. I think he was a
star until he's
successful
like 50
nightclub
something.
act.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
I like the Grant Hill.
Yeah, Grant Hill.
Great. He's the opposite of Grant Hill. Grant Hill was amazing for the beginning of his career and then could not stay healthy for like 7 years and then became sort of a journeyman role player, solid guy off the bench.
What about Kurt Schilling?
Kurt Schilling's a better comp.
He was kind of doing. He was kind of doing stuff early, right?
Yep.
And then he was awesome, and then he started talking, and we made him not be around anymore.
Exactly. I think
I have a feeling if Pesci was allowed to talk, then he probably
we'd all go, oh man, he's ruined Goodfellas for me.
He was too racist for me to watch Goodfellas.
I don't know if anyone has ever done a better, like they weren't quite back to back, but Goodfellas and My Cousin Vinny are an amazing 1-2 because they're both great and they're completely different movies. Like for him to pull off what he pulled off in Goodfellas and then be the lead in one of the funniest comedies ever, and that movie totally holds up, is really impressive. I don't know anyone else who did that.
Well, Kurt Schilling.
Kurt Schilling did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the drama of the 2004 World Series.
First off,
and then
and before that, you forget he beat the Yankees in that World Series with the Diamondbacks.
You literally interrupted me talking about him beating the Yankees to tell me he beat the Yankees.
Yeah. People forget when Kurt Schilling poured salt in the wounds of 9/11.
It did, yeah. He didn't honor the troops.
Not very patriotic of him.
Nope. Why does he hate America?
Why do you hate him?
All right, are we gonna talk Celtics at all here, or are we just avoiding it?
Oh yeah, our coach gets his dick wet.
If it was just that, it would be okay.
What do you mean, just that?
There's so much more to this story, dude. This whole story is so much
much. The fact that he
darker
hasn't
than you
been
think.
flat out fired tells me that he was just cheating on his wife.
No. And now everything that's leaking out right now is, guys, this is bad. Gary, I sent you guys an article on the
Like
Globe.
he was getting pegged?
Gary Washburn, again, that would just be right J. Edgar Hoover style, like whatever's making you happy, whatever keeps you calm on the bench. I think we'd all be fine with that. Like it's like Matt Barnes.
One time I was at a show and a girl was on stage and I knew her boyfriend and she talked about how she liked to peg people and she was having a rough set and the hardest laugh she got was me during the setup of that joke.
I know the comic you're talking about. I know the joke. Yep. But yeah, like Gary Washburn.
Why is one guy laughing?
There's like apparently multiple issues at play. Like Matt Barnes was one of the first defenders of Ime and then put out a video saying, hey, I just talked to somebody who knows, and this is like 100 times uglier than I thought it was. And I'm sorry.
So why hasn't he just been fired?
Because it's hard to fire someone, man. It's not easy to get out of a contract in the NBA for cause.
Tell that to Stan Van Gundy. He fucking changes jobs like every 3 years.
And he gets paid no matter how early he gets fired.
Pay him. Fucking pay him. Just get out of here, you idiot.
I mean, I think
they're about to pay Jason Tatum $67 million a year.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about that you can't just get rid of your coach?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's a whole bunch of legal issues that they're dealing with, not the least of which is probably going to be civil suits coming from the people involved that have not been named yet.
Against the Celtics?
Yeah, that's the workplace.
Why?
It's the workplace where this is happening. We don't know enough about it.
But it's not their fault.
So
Rick Grossbeck can't be following the coach around like, don't have sex with anyone.
We don't think, but we don't know exactly what happened. That's the point.
So he did do that?
He might have been.
Okay, so what do you think happened?
I don't know.
Oh, well, that's great
think
fodder.
It was bad. I think it was bad.
No one's listening. Make something up.
I mean, I don't know. It's like the thing about making something up right now is I feel like if I make something up worse than what it was, it's going to be bad. And then if I make something up that's not as bad as it was, it's going to be bad.
Draymond Green said, I'll only have sex with you if you let us win.
That would be the best case scenario. If this was like the kinkiest.
He cheated on his wife with Draymond Green in agreement that he would throw the NBA Finals. That is grounds for firing.
Might have been. Then he would actually be cheating. Everyone's been assuming that he's married to Nia Long, and he is not.
Who is that, by the way? Why do I know who she is?
She's been in a bunch of movies. She was in Living Single. She was
wow.
Which is the series. Oh, yeah. She was in Friday.
I like Friday.
Friday seems like a Dan Bolger kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
I went for John Witherspoon on several occasions.
As did I. Very funny fellow. Mm-hmm.
He was kind of the Black Gilbert Gottfried in that everybody eventually opened for one of those people.
Yeah. Yep.
I actually told him that once and he did not appreciate it.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
He was a good guy though.
Very good guy.
He would play in he played in the Drew League.
Mm-hmm. He got the last 20 minutes of his act was all about how he sold his merch.
Yep, it was good
really
too.
Impressive.
It was entertaining.
It was good. Yeah, it was a solid closer.
And he sold a shitload of it.
Unbelievable. $20 for a Polaroid with him in a paper frame.
We know people who have tried a similar thing to less success.
Yes.
And that's embarrassing when you're just like, hey, does anybody want to buy a picture of me? And universally people fucking take the fire exit to avoid you.
Yeah. 20 years ago, he got $20 for a t-shirt and $20 for the Polaroid. That's he made thousands off of his merch.
That was the figuring too, that a drunk person, if they have a 20, the stupidest thing to do is charge a drunk person $15 for something.
Right. He was right. I couldn't imagine it, but he made thousands off of his merch.
Mm-hmm.
Every night. Made an extra couple grand easy.
And you think Ime Udoka had sex with his corpse?
I wish. I don't think he'd get fired for that.
It's confusing. It's confusing to me. I saw one tweet that said he was on several occasions caught masturbating in the shower, which I kind of wanted to be true. But I wouldn't view that as grounds for suspension.
No, I think he'd get
That's
away
grounds
with that.
for, hey, knock it off.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
I feel like in the shower, I feel like a player might have said something as well.
And if it was the visitor's shower, I would give him more money because that's a power move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red would do something like that.
That's establishing dominance. It's a step up from peeing in your territory. Much respect. Yeah, he's never coaching the Celtics again, though.
No.
Right?
Well, I definitely am of the opinion that if he's not going to coach for this entire year, then just fuck off. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Because it would feel like a lost year. Yeah. But I'm also of the opinion that me and you could coach the Celtics and we would be just as well off.
You think?
Well, is Jaylen Brown going to be like, oh, I fucking don't know how to shoot now? Like, they're not going to not try. There's too much money on the line. And you're like, oh, we're sad because Ime is not around. They fucking barely knew this guy.
I feel like at the very least, our substitution patterns would not be respected.
What do you mean?
Like, we're going to tell Jaylen Brown to sit down, and he's going to go, no, I'm going to be staying in this time.
Good. Let him stay in. Like, we want him to play. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think they're going to be like manically depressed because their fucking coach isn't around. They're playing for tens of millions of dollars. So they're going to be fine. And as far as substitutions are concerned, every team plays 8 guys. We actually played too few guys last year. You could make the case that Ime was being a fucking idiot trying to win every game in January when in reality you want to play like 9-10 guys in the middle of the year. The reason we started winning is we just stopped rotating players. We played 7 guys.
Is there any chance this is all a plot by you because you wanted a deeper rotation and you didn't think Ime was going to go for it?
I mean, it seems weird to me because that he wouldn't be for it. He seems like he's into some weird stuff.
Yeah.
He's into
experimenting. He's into group play.
Yeah. It's Ime. It's weird that you're loyal to your players and not to your Shelley Long.
Yeah.
Is that her name? Nia Long.
Similar name.
My next guess was Howie Long.
Opposite human beings. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. He's never coaching again. This
That's
is going to be bad.
That's completely fine.
We've got a 34-year-old head coach. Hey, is this the first time that the head coach has been younger than you? It's a big moment in your life.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it though.
No, it doesn't hit you.
No. That's not what makes me feel old. My back and my fucking also my penis doesn't work.
Oh.
And the coach is younger than me. It's bad too.
Did your penis work until the coach was younger than you? Because those things might be tied together.
Hey, if Ime can't fuck, I won't either. John Ozale asked me what happened to Ime. He's like, I don't follow it. What happened to this guy? And I just texted back, he was a cool guy in an uncool world.
It's all bad. I love how loyal your penis seems to be, though. That's like super loyal to Ime.
Yeah, we both shall rise again.
Yeah, you're both on hunger strikes until this is over. And poor Will Hardy. Can we have a little sympathy for Will Hardy for a minute?
Who's that?
He was the lead assistant for the Celtics last year who got hired away by Danny and the Jazz, but who would have gotten this interim job had this happened like 2 months ago. So now instead of Will Hardy being the head coach of a championship team or a guy team that was in the finals, he's overseeing the implosion of the Jazz at Utah.
Who may never be good again.
They might not be good again.
Them, the Spurs.
Spurs have a shot.
No way. Nobody wants to live there.
Spurs, San Antonio is mostly warm. There's no income tax. There's a lot of appealing stuff. Like players like Texas more than we think they do.
I don't think they like there. I think they like Houston. I think they like Dallas.
Yeah.
But, you know, it would be like fucking playing in Framingham.
The hell do you have
against
Framingham? Sir?
Far worse.
Well, Framingham, you're paying state income tax.
Yeah, I don't think.
Think about how close San Antonio is to Mexico. All bets are off.
I don't know if that's a selling point.
I'm telling you right now, those border agents knew the Spurs players by sight. It was frequent crossing.
I'm doing a casino tonight.
Which one?
The Plain Ridge Casino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
See it going that good. You ever have occasionally you just have a set coming up that you're like, oh, it's going to be bad. And then you forget about it for a while. And then it just kind of hits you that you got to go do something.
Yep. That's why this might be my last set tonight.
Yay. Yeah. I heard of you were at King's the other night.
I was.
Yeah. You suck at quitting comedy.
I said, so I'm finishing out the dates that I had booked, and then I'm probably not booking in others. I'm seeing how I'm feeling.
Okay.
So I'm
It
finishing out
sounds,
tonight.
I mean,
Tonight
that's
is my last
pretty
book
much
date.
what I'm doing too.
I welcome you into retirement, Dan.
So if someone offers you a show and after that, you won't accept it?
Not right now. Not right now. Right now, I'd be turning stuff down. I'm trying to see. So my wife and a couple of friends are encouraging me to try to maybe do a special to get all of my material down on video before I decide to like walk away while I'm still like not rusty to the point where I couldn't do it.
Okay.
So I'm kind of thinking about that, but I don't
I think it's a great idea.
I don't think it's going to happen. I might, but it's going to be just like me funding it myself and putting it up on YouTube. So it's not
That's
like
what
a real
everybody's
special.
doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that'd be great. And especially your act, like you can chop that up and put it on the Instagram. The kids will love it.
Yeah. Throw it up on the gram, TikTok it.
Yeah. Well, your act tailors itself to that very well.
How so?
Well, you do like, you work the crowd so well that's all that TikTok shit is.
That's true.
I feel like you could do 2 of those a year, 3 of those a year. I write like a good joke a year.
You write constantly. All I get is texts from you like, hey, is this funny?
Yeah, it never
You've
is.
written more jokes in the last 3 months. Yeah, we say it's not funny, and then you go out and you kill with it. So I don't even know why you ask us anymore.
I just want to say hi to you guys.
No, most of the time we believe in the jokes that you say.
James is up to like 40,000 followers now.
Is he?
Yeah, no, he's doing real good.
Wow. There you go. That's how you get to headline all the spots that he does.
I don't think that happened.
All throughout the
All right, I gotta go get
James
this
is a
phone
huge
soon.
draw. All right.
Oh no, I got a little time. It takes them a long time to transfer. I thought when you go up to get a cell phone, you just like walk out of there with a phone, but they got to do like shit with my identity or something.
And you just left them with all your personal identification stuff?
Yeah, I'll be back later, kids.
Yeah, it's not like there's anything personal or private on your phone. You should be fine.
I literally remembered we were doing this as I left the cell phone store. Oh my God, nobody can get in touch with me. So I just came and knocked without even texting that I was coming over, like a psychopath.
I think Paul and I recorded at the beginning. It was almost like a week without Johnny Carson, where it was just.
What'd you guys talk about?
Doc, we were talking about email.
Are you talking about email? You did the task at hand?
We were just chatting email.
Huh. Would you want Stan Van Gundy to coach the Celtics?
No.
I love Stan Van Gundy.
I like
Oh,
Stan Van
for a
Gundy
year?
talking
Stan
about
Van's
this.
fucking great. What about Popovich for a year?
I love Pop. Sure. This team is built for Pop. Like a team just come in.
And we could even
take
say
over
like,
and-
hey, you sent us this creep. How about you fucking come in and fix it?
Yeah. If there's one thing we should be learning from this, it's that a 6-year engagement is a major red flag.
He was engaged for 6 years?
6 years. 6 years. That should be telling us something about how long we should expect him to be the permanent coach of a team.
Hey, honey, let's wait to see if our congressman gets reelected. And then we'll make our decision.
We don't want to rush into this.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. 6 years.
Let's let a score pass. I want to be able to open up my vows with 2 score and 7 days ago. I met the love of my life. Wow.
Poor Nia. Yeah. But at least the new head coach is
he doesn't seem like a very charismatic guy.
Apparently that's part of the problem. If he was charismatic, he probably might not have made everybody so mad.
Yeah, he's seems like a wicked quiet guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he was definitely camera shy at first.
He's quiet, he was intense, he kept the mask on a long time.
He kept the mask on a long time, which speaks to a timidity that you wouldn't even think he would be the kind of guy that would cheat on his wife.
Or just
I
the kind of
figured
guy
he would be less risk averse.
Is there a chance he's just the kind of guy who didn't want to get videotaped on your like Ring camera?
Yeah, it's a really fascinating story. Do you think we'll ever know what happened?
Yeah, we'll know. There's too many There's details coming out within like 2 days, and at some point, the Celtics are going to leak the information because they're going to want people to know that they did the right thing. So the information is going to come out.
Are they
We're
trying
gonna
to
know
get
everything
him to
about this.
resign so they don't have to pay him?
I think that's part of it. I think they're basically waiting it out a little bit and seeing if another team tries to hire him, because then they have to pay him, and Celtics don't have to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We need a better legal mind than any of the three of us possess. I am wondering.
Well, no, if you resign, you probably don't have to pay the guy. And if he gets fired, you're probably going to pay the guy.
If he quits, you don't have to pay him. Yeah. If he quits, you don't have to pay him. And that might be part of it is, hey, we're going to suspend you. Give this a little time. If something happens, then you can quit.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody else tries to hire you, then at least we can maybe get a second round pick out of it.
Yeah. I would find it fascinating if he'd even ever get another job.
A coach who takes somebody to the finals usually gets another shot.
Yeah, I just think anybody can coach. There's got to be 60 people, 70 people that would be good candidates to coach an NBA team.
You'd think.
What about the Patriots? Are they having sex with anyone?
Right now, they're basically just kissing their sister. They're 1-1.
They're 1-1. And who they play this week?
But their sisters talk. They are playing. Who are they playing tomorrow? This is the weirdest Patriot season ever, where nobody's particularly excited for anything that's happening. They are hosting the Ravens at Gillette.
Oh, they're gonna get killed.
Ravens have been struggling a little bit.
But weren't they killing a team last week, and then they came back?
And then they lost. Yeah, then they lost big. But it's a contract season for Lamar, so yeah, we're probably getting killed.
Cool. I'm going golfing. I'm not even going to watch.
Yeah. And we have the Baltimore defense. We should probably be rooting for the Patriots to get killed.
Oh, yeah. We're 2-0.
Yeah. We are undefeated.
Yeah. So that looks up. That's a good reason to take your hand out of your face. That's a great sign that a podcast is going well.
It's an audio medium.
One of the guys is like this.
It's just where I'm at emotionally right now, dude. You're seeing my ultimate feelings. Yeah, we are undefeated in our fantasy team. It's feeling good. Josh Allen is coming through for us exactly the way that we wanted him to.
Yeah, couldn't pay that guy enough.
Nope. Yep. Tyreek Hill and Josh Allen have been the backbone of our team.
I feel like that can continue. And then we tried to have that tight end from New Orleans. I don't think that experiment. I think that experiment has passed.
I think what I'm waiting to find out, because I don't want to drop him, it's Taysom Hill qualifies it bizarrely as a quarterback and a tight end. So what we are trying to do right now is stash him on the bench, because Jameis Winston has 4 fractured bones in his back. And Taysom Hill could become the starting quarterback at any given time.
What did he get into a scrap with Bane?
Very nice Dark Knight reference. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, I was talking about Desmond Bane.
Oh, right. That guy hurts.
Plays a little shooting guard for the Grizzlies. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep. I believe so.
Yeah. I was confusing the other guy on
I understand.
Toronto, but that's Barnes.
Yeah, right.
Who is not
That's the guy who retracted.
Not a Batman villain.
He retracted the statement about Ime. Right before he fought Batman.
What do you about fantasy football team name Ime Udoka's Polka?
I support you making that change.
All right, cool.
Nice. If I'm ever uncomfortable with something Dan is actually thinking about doing, I just say, yeah, go ahead and do it.
Go ahead.
That's fine.
as it's a kind of tree in the forest situation.
Yeah, that sounds great. Make that change. wait.
All right, I gotta go get this stupid phone.
All right, go get your phone.
All right, you're gonna be out and about. You're not gonna be. Any word on the Comedy Studio?
Supposed to be opening in the winter.
The winter. I saw Eric Riley Moore this week. Did I tell you that?
You told me, yeah. I missed Eric
Yeah,
Riley Moore.
and it was one of those things where he's like, "So what's up with the studio? I haven't heard anything." I'm like, oh boy, it's quite a story to tell people.
In the winter, yeah. We'll see. We will see. Hopeful. But yeah, I'm doing Bill's bar tonight. I don't have anything booked after that. I'm not reaching out to anybody. And I'm at the very least probably taking a break.
Yeah.
If
Well, there can't be a bigger
happens,
whimper to go
ahead and
out
do
on
that.
than Bill's bar.
Hey, it's a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Popular room.
I was yelling at the kid the other night to fucking stop doing it on that stupid stage.
Oh yeah.
They should just stand on the floor. The stage ruins it.
If the people are close enough, it's okay.
No, because they're looking up like they're in the
it's all
front
right.
seat of a movie theater.
Yeah. I really do think I do like being on the floor. I think that could be good. But I do think Bill's works as long as the audience is close enough. But sometimes they've got like 36 kegs on the floor between the stage and
I
the
heard
audience, and that's
that.
a bit of
Yeah,
an
they
issue,
have like, so that's all the more reason to go on the floor. Just stand in front of the kegs.
you'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go get this stupid thing.
Go get your phone.
All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Hit me.